Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Hi everyone, I hope you're well, and I know this is late for Ramadan Mubarak. Indeed, this Ramadan really went by real fast. You'll agree with me. It was as if I closed my eyes and before I woke up in the morning, it's the end of Ramadan already. But alhamdulillah, mashallah, we have indeed gotten to the 27th day of Ramadan. It's sad, but then alhamdulillah, because there are so many that wished they were here to witness this Ramadan, but Allahu Alam, they are not here with us. May Allah grant them Jannah, may Allah grant them peace wherever they are. And for those of us who were opportuned to witness this Ramadan and take part in this Ramadan, may Allah accept our ibadah. May Allah accept all our acts of ibadah. May Allah accept all our du'as and grant us Jannah as well. Alhamdulillah. Unfortunately, I thought I would be able to do a lot of videos this Ramadan. I had so many topics to talk about. You need to see my list of topics. But then, Allahu Alam, I couldn't. The Ramadan went by so fast, so fast. But I could only achieve a few of the goals that I had and plans I had set out to achieve this Ramadan. But then that of making short videos, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that. So I decided, in order not to lose out completely, I just do this one video for the end of Ramadan to say a few things. They might not be wise, they might not be words of wisdom, they might not be anything you may think is important, but I just feel I should say something before the end of Ramadan, and hopefully it gets an ear that needed to hear it. So what do I have to say today? Just basically dua and consolations. I don't know why I feel like I have to console someone, because I personally am feeling very sad that this Ramadan is going by. I have witnessed a few Ramadans and alhamdulillah, but this particular one came with, it was as though I really needed this Ramadan personally. You know, there were so many things going on, and I know it's same for some other people. But basically, what I want to say is, as Ramadan is going by, do not be sad. Do not feel like all the mercies and the bounties we have been enjoying from the very first day of Ramadan is about to end, because the Allah that you worship, the Allah that we worshipped throughout Ramadan, is still the same Allah even after Ramadan. His barakah, His rahmah still continues even after Ramadan. And yes, I know we are the last 10 days of Ramadan. Some people might not be opportune to maybe witness Laylatul Qadr. Do not be angry. Do not let that stop you from continuing your acts of ibadah. You should remember, Allah has told us that if any of His believers should wake up in the third part of the night just to worship Him, indeed He would answer that person. He didn't specifically say only in the month of Ramadan or only on the night of Laylatul Qadr. So even after Ramadan, you can still wake up in the night and make your dua to Allah, and Allah's rahmah is indeed unending. His mercies cannot be quantified. He would still accept your dua, inshallah. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, do not relent. Do not relent. Continue on those good acts, and inshallah, Allah will accept your du'as. And for those who are so lucky that even before Ramadan has ended, they have already seen signs that Allah has answered and accepted their du'as, their prayers, their wishes, well, alhamdulillah for you. I'm so happy for you, and I guess you are lucky. And to some of us who are still hoping and holding on to see if our du'as will be answered, that's the beauty of Islam. As you keep on holding on, as you keep on waiting, it's part of increasing your iman. It's part of testing your qadr. So do not despair, do not be angry, do not get frustrated, do not give up, okay? Because the delay is also a blessing, okay? What is the blessing, you may wonder? This only one I've mentioned of increasing your iman, I think that's enough blessing, because there are some people who the only prayer they prayed from the beginning to the end of Ramadan is for Allah to increase them in iman, okay? So alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. And to those people who kept on being judged throughout Ramadan as the Ramadan sisters or the Ramadan Muslims, I hope you never allowed any of those words get to you. Try as much as possible to continue those little acts that you picked up throughout this month, even after the Ramadan has ended. Try to see that you continue them, even if it is on baby steps, little by little. Okay, maybe throughout this Ramadan you read through the Quran chapter by chapter. Maybe you even successfully finished the whole Quran this Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, may Allah reward you for that act and accept all your wishes. Try as much as possible, even if it's just a page or two. You can even just a page or two in a week, even after Ramadan. Try and continue. Okay, it doesn't matter how the quantity. What matters is the quality. We all know that, right? So it doesn't matter how much of that act you continue, but just make sure that those acts that you really engaged in throughout the month of Ramadan, you continue them little by little, just once in a while. Whenever you remember, my mother would always say "Maganin mantua kayi a lokacin" in Hausa, which translates to a remedy for forgetfulness is to do that act at a time. Meaning, I might remember. It's more or less like a way out or a solution to procrastination. So if you are seated right now and it just occurred to you that, oh my God, it's been a while since I took the Quran and I read it. Since it came to you at that moment, just pick up the Quran and read, even if it's a chapter, even if it's just a page at that particular moment. Okay, so that it prevents you from forgetting or from procrastinating. Better still, most of us have apps on our phones that can help us. So yeah, try continuity. Like just yesterday, someone jokingly said, I came out from the masjid after praying, I think it was Zuhur, and I had my Quran in my hand, and this brother was like, Haji, I've said to Alisa a chikaba da karanta Qur'ani bayan Ramadan. I just smiled and I said nothing, because I didn't take it personal, but I know there are other people that are being judged on a serious note on that kind of issue. And I said Amin, because indeed it's a test and it's really, really difficult to continue such. So if you are among those who are really struggling to continue, but are really struggling to keep up to a particular habit, just try, no matter how small it is, okay? And I think one of the most important thing is consistency. It's not how much you do it, but how consistent you are to a particular act, okay? Say, for example, what do I mean here? Instead of making sure that you read the entire Quran in 1 month, try to see that every Jum'ah you read Surah Al-Kahf. Every Jum'ah you read just Surah Al-Kahf. And that consistency alone, Allah appreciates it so much. The fact that you have created a habit for Him, He'll be so it makes Allah appreciates such a lot. So try and just pick on a particular habit. Maybe there are so many things that you engaged in during this Ramadan. Maybe it was giving out zakah, cooking foods for the needy, reciting the Quran, waking up in the night to make du'as, always involving in zikrs and all that. If you can try to maintain all of them, well, alhamdulillah, it's amazing, it's good. But if you're finding it difficult to keep up to all of them, then just take it easy on yourself. Habits are really, really difficult to maintain. So you can start with the easy ones. It could be the zikr. Somebody was asking me the other day, how do they get to memorize so many dhikrs? It's actually very, very difficult. And I was like, to me, the easiest way actually to memorizing so many dhikrs and du'as is I usually search for them, not like in a music form, but there are recordings on the internet that you can get of some du'as, even like names of Allah, that are done in a very, very melodious and catchy way, and with that it's easy for me to memorize. So you keep on listening and listening and listening, and it helps. And also, so to there are some people, I am actually part of those people who are trying to memorize some parts of the Quran as well, or who are trying to improve their recitation, maybe their tongue, you know. Maybe their recitation is not very, very melodious. They don't really have a beautiful voice like myself. The way out for that, what has been working out for me too, is the same way. I listened to a whole lot of different reciters, and I picked one or two or even three that I really enjoyed their voice, and I found it really, really catchy. So even in my subconscious, when I am reciting a particular part of the Quran, or when I'm reciting the Quran at random, subconsciously my mind begins to recite the Quran in that particular reciter's voice. And inshallah, with time, I will be able to have that kind of voice. Maybe today's. Okay. So those are a few tips from my own perspective. If you have any, well, please, wallahi, I'm really open to getting more tips, specifically on how to memorize the Quran when you have a very, very tight schedule. You are very, very disorganized. I am very disorganized. But alhamdulillah. And so if you have tips on how to memorize the Quran in a particular consistency, or how to improve your tongue on recitations, please share. You can comment on this post, share and comment, and I would really, really appreciate it. And I'm sure there's someone out there who would also appreciate it. So I think that is it. If anything comes up again, I might make another video, but if nothing comes up again, then Masalam. May Allah accept all our acts of ibadah. May Allah forgive us. May Allah forgive us. May Allah forgive us for all the wrongs that we have involved in, the ones that we involved in way long in our past and we have forgotten about them, and the ones that we have committed most recently. May Allah prevent us from committing any more in the future. May He make it easy for us to keep on these acts that we have started in this month of Ramadan. May He make it a habit for us to maintain those acts. May He make it for us. May He make it easy for us to follow His teachings. May He increase us in iman. May He increase us in knowledge of this deen. May He increase us in love for this deen. May He forgive our beloved brothers and sisters who are no more, who were not opportuned to be here this Ramadan with us. We pray that Allah is all-knowing, He's all-seeing. He knows what their situation is right now. He knows where they are. He knows what state they are in. We pray that He makes it easy for them. We pray that He grants them strength. We pray that He forgives them and free them of any form of trial or tribulation. May He grant all of us Jannatul Firdaus. May He answer all our prayers, the ones that we say in the hidden and the ones that we say out in the open. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ma salam. Bye.